That said, there's a lot of work to be done with short term as well. For instance, we can look at our equipment and how we're going to gear ourselves up for this fight. And it's very important to note that in Dragon Age Inquisition, you will have direct control over not only your own character, but the armor and the weapons within their class of every member of your party. You can customize their appearance and customize their fighting style so your party is exactly the one you want to take in battle. For now, we'll go back to our Inquisitor and take a look at how this new sword is going to perform in battle. The flames are always nice, but sometimes we want to think a little bit more outside the point. We want to have some long-term plans and observe our enemies. And we've really set ourselves a goal with the Inquisition to create the most tactical role-playing experience possible, where you have direct control over how it plays. And we know that means sometimes you need to have a different perspective on battle. With Tactical View, we allow you to have direct control over your friends and your foes while the game is paused, and letting you detach the camera so you can look around the battlefield and observe your foes and build up a long-term strategy. Using this mode, you're able to lay down traps, reposition your allies, and move everyone into position in order to engage your foes, as it seems to be here. We can lay down a trap, put down a frostbite if they will trap at least one of our enemies if they cross it, and then position our guys in order to ensure that will happen. The best part is, once we've laid out our initial plans, we can then engage with the foes, starting time again without changing our perspective. And as our plan starts to come together, we can then engage in the next step. Issue some more orders, land down the battle standard with our warrior in order to provide a benefit of inspiration, and then return at any time to real-time gameplay to see those plans. Forces somewhat weakened, or with the forces of the enemy somewhat weakened here, provides us a great opportunity. We've dealt with a small encounter here, but of course, it being a fortress, it's well secured. We could make our way around the back, climbing up through the battlements. We could try to find a network of caves underneath to see if there's any bolt holes that we could use to access this fortress, or we could do what we'll do here, which is to say that we've put the right abilities on Cassandra that she can just knock. Likely setting up an ambush for us. But that gives us an opportunity to look at how the battlefield can change according to the way you play through Dragon Age Inquisition. Here we spot some archers located up there on a rickety bridge, giving us a great opportunity to eliminate them in the battle rather than having to chase them down. We'll freeze at least 2 of these guards here in order to keep them in place, clearing a path for the Inquisitor to go and destroy the bridge. Require you to think a little bit more about your position. Being in the flank or behind an enemy can give significant advantages, especially when they have an enormous tower shield that's largely impervious to frontal attacks. ourselves facing down the enchanter leading these cultists. As a magical unit, he's able to provide powerful combat benefits to his allies and to lay down glyphs that are traps for us, making him a very dangerous opponent indeed. Blair's going to use a mix of both real-time and our tactical view in order to lay out a strategy where ideally we cordon off the enchanter, keeping him isolated and forcing the troops to split their attacks, while we then use Dispel to tear down the enchanter's magical shielding in order to make him an easy target for the rest of the group. Ideally, with him eliminated, we'll then be able to end the combat, well, with something of a bang.
Yllättävän pitkä. Vähän kumma, kun tän piti alkaa mun mielestä puolella. Kello oli vartti ylissä auki. Se vähän hoppi. Mä otin kyllä haastaa.
Battle over, the keep is ours. Now we can claim it from the Inquisition.
Mikä hienoa, että niitä oikein oli täysin vaihtoehtoja asioita.
Let's step back for a second. We've captured a keep. What are we going to do with it? Keep capturing represents just one of the ways to influence the world in Dragon Age Inquisition. You will make tough, personal decisions that impact the people important to you. You lead the Inquisition, a powerful organization that is the deciding factor in the balance between the mages and the Templars, in the fate of nations.
Mages for the win.
You decide how to deploy your troops and agents. And these decisions will strengthen you and your Inquisition in different ways. The capturing of keeps is just part of it. You can customize the space of a keep to reflect your playstyle. Do you want something dedicated to espionage and the gathering of secrets? Or connections and commerce, where merchants can gather? Or pure military might? Today we're going to focus on this, a military stronghold. It's your game, and this decision will affect the way that your game plays. Once you control a keep, you can use it as a base of operations to affect the region more fundamentally, in ways that are major, visible, and affect your game. Do you want to rebuild an ancient monument, increasing the notoriety and renown of the Inquisition? Or open the West Gate, giving you access to locked off parts of the area? Or do you want to cap vents that are spewing poisonous gases, harvesting the resource for your alchemy, and giving you access to parts of the area that are otherwise inaccessible? You can't do all of them. You have to use your resources wisely. Now, if you remember, we saw a cave before that was blocked by poisonous gases. So if we cap those vents, I think we might just be able to reach them.
The first thing you'll notice as we return to the keep is we've had a fundamental effect not just on its appearance, but who's inside it. It's now filled to the brim with the Inquisition soldiers.
Looking forward to a second chance to win the crest. Ready?
Some conversations in Inquisition are less pivotal than the choices we faced earlier, offering you any number of opportunities to dig into the lore, to learn more about the environment, and potentially to discover new things you could be tackling or doing, as is the case here. However, in a conversation like this, you still retain absolute control. Instead of having to say goodbye, you can simply walk away.
Carry on.
Of course it was.
Supply does agreed, Your Eminence. My debt is paid.
Just let you slouch like a guy. Shut up. No sign of the enemy. They won't come back. Not after the dropping you gave them.
As we leave our safety of our keep and return to the wilds of the deserts, we can start to see the first evidence of the Inquisition's effect on this area. As you saw with what Mark was talking about, the ancient Westgate to Vinter strong point has remained untouched. We haven't had the resources necessary to open it just yet, meaning the lands beyond are very hard to access. However, this once poisonous gas-filled crevasse is now capped. We have our men in place for harvesting the resources, and we've opened up a new area for us to explore as part of our adventures.
Watch out!
It seems the dragon is dead set on interfering with our plans, so let's go deep. Dragons and Inquisition are one of the last things we're going to talk about today, and they are fundamentally something we've put a ton of work into for the entire team. We want to make sure the dragons are handcrafted and incredibly challenging battles. There are many of them scattered throughout the game. They're all optional, but each one is designed to push you to new limits. The dragons are incredibly mobile and incredibly dangerous. They can fly, destroy terrain, scorch the earth, and each one offers a special and unique challenge for you to overcome.